What is going on, X Community? Exo Stomp here, and today, people, we are going to be playing our week 1 match, or at least going over it. I just played it maybe 40 minutes ago or so. Wanted to get ready, and yeah, here we are. So, we're versing Arcadian this week. Very, very scary matchup, especially because I changed up my team. I used 4 free agencies for next week. So I really just have to use this week as kind of like a buffer. I'm hoping to win, obviously, but I'm hoping that this game goes smoother than I would hope for. Because number one, the thing that Arcadian is weak to is Ghost. That's probably the biggest thing. Obviously, Sneasel being the only Ghost resist isn't really a Ghost resist, especially because most of the time you want to be running heavy duty boots or like a life orb. So, not really a resist. And spoiler, I am grabbing a ghost type for next week. So, kind of annoying that I figured out what I was going to grab after Grace, but it is what it is. We're going to make it work. And yeah, as you can see, our first mon that we wanted to use here was Salk. I definitely want to be using Salk a lot this season. I feel like I always grab it and then drop it. So, you know what? We're going to keep it for the time being, hopefully for a while, but we have Close Combat. Close Combat is just easily the most spammable move here. There is Mesprit, there is Moltres, and Rotom. I wasn't expecting Rotom. I was expecting Mesprit and Moltres. Basically, I would need to weaken Mesprit either a lot, but the thing is, Mesprit kind of walls a lot of the mons that I have on my team. So, I thought that I would eventually weaken it to the point where Salt can come in and just click Close Combat and stuff. We have Rock Slide for the Moltres, mostly. And we have Earthquake because, if you count, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 Levitate mons on this team, if you do count Coughing. So, pretty good. Ice Punch, obviously, for the Flagon, and for the Virizion. But, more often not probably good. Just for Flygon, but I was able to go Adamant max attack because of the Scarf speed. With Scarf, I outspeed everything that is just only max speed. Obviously, if something's Scarf, I wouldn't be outspeeding if it's faster than Salk. But yeah, so this is really nice. This is going to be one of my breakers. Very, very excited to use that. Scolipede, obviously. Can't use Speed Boost, so Poison Point is the next best thing. We have, this is another setup mon here. Well, this is a setup mon. We'll get to the rest, but Heavy Duty Boots. I was kind of afraid of Rocks because I really did think that either Copper or Mesprit or both would come. So I wanted Scolipede to be able to come in freely and just click Swords Dance. 224 speed is all that I need. And then this was very sloppily made here for the EVs, but that's okay. I do have Poison Jab and Rock Slide. I wish I had Earthquake over Mega Horn this game. Looking back at it now, I think Poison Jab would have done enough to Mesprit. I think, well, that's the thing, right? I was really afraid of defensive Mesprit, so we'll keep going here though, because so far walls 2 of the breakers / sweepers that I have. So, Grimmsnarl. Grimmsnarl is really nice. Prankster Bulk Up being able to be used is really, really, really nice. I was able to calc and make sure that Low Kick at +1 kills a max HP Caparajah with no like real defense investment, which was nice. So that's why I have Low Kick and Bulk Up there. And then Darkest Lair and Play Rough. Pretty much just sweep the rest of the team. It's really nice. Grimmsnarl basically will pave the road for one of my other sweepers. It's very, very strong. Yeah, we have Spadef here mainly because we have Bulk Up, and we don't need too much attack because we had Bulk Up. So yeah. Okay, so I did want to go over this one first. I should have probably moved it before Salk, but Light Screen and Reflect. That's why we have so many setup mons here. Light Screen and Reflect makes it so that I have options. If one Pokemon comes that I was expecting to wall one of my mons, I have more options. Volt Switch, obviously, and then Defog. I could have ran Leaf Storm, but decided against it. Pretty basic speed, max HP, and then the rest of defense. Rhyperior. Honestly, I think I calced. There's a few things I calced, but not gonna lie, I kind of forgot what I calced. That's okay though. This was for max speed, adamant copper. That's what this was for. The speed. And yeah, forgot the rest, but that's okay. We have 4 attacks. These 4 attacks basically cover everything on our Canadian's team. So that's nice. And then we have another setup mon, kind of. Body Press, Iron Defense, Stealth Rocket, Toxic. I was going to run Shadow Ball in this for Bronzong, but I realized that if I don't have Special Attack Investment, it's not really going to do much to Mesprit. So I thought Toxic would just be better. I could just Toxic and then Iron Defense, Body Press. I think that's a little stronger. It also is my rocker for this week. And I also have some Spadef. I calced something for, I think it was like Surf, Manaphy, or Scald. I can't remember which one. But yeah, the main issues that I have is that Manaphy kind of just wins if played with perfectly. Like, there's not much that I can do into a Manaphy. And then also Mesprit walls like all of my sweepers this week. Well, I won't say all of them, but a lot of my sweepers and breakers kind of just walls. So that's why I have, I guess, Mega Horn on him. But let's go on to the game here. And let me hide. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, no Mesprit. When I saw no Mesprit, I was ecstatic. I knew that Salk can win late game or Scolipede. I was thinking probably Salk because close combat looks free as long as I weaken the Moltres. Well, not weaken, but more or less just kill. Close combat looks completely free. So yeah, really nice. Anyways, let's get on to the match. I think we're all set here. Oh god. Okay, I do have it on fast. Let me go slow. So, alright, initially I saw Sneasel come out. I knew I could just go for like a Rock Blast or an Earthquake, but the only thing that I thought of was that Virizion could come in. And you know what hits Virizion and Sneasel? Mega Horn. So I went for Mega Horn, does 60%. That's really good chip because that means that Virizion can't really come back out, which is really nice. At least to take a hit, right? So this is great. I'm just going to switch out and go into Bronzong to take a hit. I know it can take at least one, as it does, thankfully. No crits, which is nice. And so here what I want to do is just get my rocks up as Manaphy comes out here, which can be an issue. I'm thinking it might be an issue, but at the moment I think we're okay. Calm Mind, okay, that's not good. We're going to speed it up to normal because this is where it kind of gets a little stally, but I Toxic the Manaphy. We see Rain Dance. Okay, alright, so we see Calm Mind, Rain Dance. Calm Mind and Rain Dance. Okay, well, you know, I Toxic. So if Rest is an option here, you only have one attack, probably being a water move, obviously. So, Rotom could do work, but then I'm thinking, well, I don't really have much to tank like a max water move with. So at this point, I'm kind of just trying to get Manaphy weakened to the point where I can kill it with one of my heavy hitters, mainly Salk because it's Scarf. Maybe Scolipede, but more or less Salk. I think Salk can kill this. I need to get it, I believe it was somewhere around 50%. I think it was like 55%, something like that. So get it down to 44. Here, I know for a fact Rain Dance comes up, so I go for Iron Defense, and now I'm thinking, alright, you have to go for now a Rest, so that's fine. And with Bronzong at +2, I definitely get it down to around that 50% mark, which is really nice. Sadly though, with the leftovers recovery, I have to sack my Scolipede. I have to weaken the Manaphy to go for a Poison Jab. Now, if Arc went for a Rest here to get back up to full, I don't know what I would have done. I'm pretty sure I would have just lost. Not gonna lie. Like that play, I was praying that Rest didn't come out. Skull comes out, which is great, as we can see. And now at 42%, Saw can easily just click Close Combat. Now, if Arc wanted to keep the Manaphy alive, come back in for later and rest up, Moltres can easily just come out and tank a Close Combat. I wasn't going to overpredict here. I need to kill this thing. So I'm going to go for Close Combat, as thankfully Arc did not save the Manaphy. And now this opens up a few doors here. But Flygon comes out. I know for a fact that you don't just send out a Flygon to tank a hit. It's more or less going to be Scarf, right? So I go in the Rhyperior expecting a decently sized hit here, as 37%. That's pretty good. But honestly, not bad. I'm going to stay in and just go for Ice Punch, because I know I could tank one, and just in case something like Virizion comes out, it's a nice, nice middle ground. I swap out into Rotom-Mow, expecting either... I think I was just expecting a heavy... Was it Heavy Slam? Or Iron Head or something like that. But we see Power Whip, which is better for us. And now I can just go for Reflect as Heat Crash comes out, which I did expect, but I knew it could live at least one. And I go for a Light Screen here, as sadly we don't die here. If we died here, I would have had another turn of Reflect and Light Screen, but sadly we're just going to have to go for the Volt Switch, weaken the Copper a little bit more. I go in the Rhyperior to, I was hoping tank a, what's it called, Heat Crush, but Heavy Slam was also fine, because that did like nothing. I go for Rock Blast, thinking that Arc would expect me to go for Earthquake and go into Moltres, but that didn't happen, so I was like, alright, that's fine, I'll just go for an Earthquake. I knew it was Shuka, and I believe it still killed, I think it was like 40% or something, maybe like 45%, but I live a Leaf Blade. Not gonna lie, I didn't calc this. I kind of was just hoping I lived a Leaf Blade. A solid Rock Reflect, alright? But we did live, and we did Ice Punch here, so that's great. Rhyperior got 2 good kills, and now Moltres comes out. I automatically see that it doesn't have heavy duty boots, and I said this before, when my Rhyperior came out, in my head at least, when I was playing. I said if it's heavy duty boots, I know it's not Solar Beam. If it's not heavy duty boots, I know it's Solar Beam, so it's going to be taking Chip, right? So it took Chip, which means it's Solar Beam. I don't really care. I don't want anything else to get weakened, so I just sack. And Grimmsnarl comes out here. I just go for a clean bulk up. I know it can live any hit. Really hoping for no burn here on the Flamethrower. And here with one Light Screen turn up, this is my time to hit this Moltres and kill it. So Darkest Lariat does kill. I have to check if it is a contact move. I feel like it's a weird move where it's not contact, but could be wrong. Alright, with 74%, that is not bad at all. I know for a fact that I can live anything Sneasel throws at me, because I'm at +1, and I'm a Grimmsnarl. So, okay, that did 7%, that's fine. Crit did 33%, and then 21%. So, very sad, because, I mean, I'm not sure if it necessarily mattered. I'm just trying to think. If it didn't crit, potentially Flygon may have not been able to kill me, but now at this point, with only Flygon being out, right, I already knew I won. You either have to go for an Earthquake and not be able to kill the Rotom-Mow, or go for, obviously, like an Outrage or something, which I'm a Fairy type, so I'm immune, so really you go for Earthquake. I guess if you had something like an Iron Tail or something, but then you're not going to kill Salk in one hit. So you have to go for Earthquake, I guess, to get at least one more kill. So I sack the Grimmsnarl here, and I go into Salk. Now, if I really wanted to be cheeky, I could have just went into Rotom-Mow and just spammed all my moves until it like basically had only Struggle. Which is only, I guess, 14 turns, but whatever. And then go into Salk and easily live, even with a crit Struggle. I don't even know if Struggle couldn't crit, but I was like, alright, you know what? This is fine. If I get crit, if Salk gets crit and I die, so be it, I guess. Thankfully, I don't get crit, and I do Ice Punch, and we do win with a 2-0, which is really, really nice. So, alright. That being said, let's go to our team for this upcoming next, well, 7 games, plus playoffs if we get to there. So, I swapped out Grimmsnarl. I mean, a lot of people were telling me it was a bad mon, and I really just wanted to use it. You know what? I did use it first week, and honestly, it was really fun. Sadly, the week, so the game that I played, just happened, and this will probably be uploaded like maybe the same day, right? So I needed an extension, so technically my trades are already in, so I can't even swap back and be like, oh yeah, I actually want Grimmsnarl. So I have to stick with this, so it's fine. We have Chandelure here though. Chandelure over Grimm. Basically, there's a lot of teams that are just weak to Ghost. Ghost spam in general. So Chandelure is the best Ghost spammer. So I wanted to grab it. I also was pretty weak on special attack. This team was all like really physical. Besides like Rotomo, which we also swapped out, but we'll get to that. So yeah, pretty strong. Infiltrator is really nice to have on the team, especially. Another pretty good Scarfer. And yeah, very strong. Then we got Zoroark. Alright, so Zoroark. I wanted to use Zoroark with Chandelure. That was the main thing. Zoroark with Chandelure is really nice. If you think of the weaknesses, what is Zoroark weak to? Bug, fighting, fairy. Chandelure resists all those, right? And then vice versa. Kind of. Actually, no, not really. But but Chandelure resists all those. So that's nice. It also shares, Flamethrower, which is cool. And then if I want to change it into something like a Scolipede, I can if I really want to take those psychic hits as a Scolipede. But I'm not going to go over too many strategies yet until we go over the games, just so that I keep everything a secret. But Whimsicott is what we got for our Fairy and Grass type, because again, we did drop the Rotomo and the Grimmsnarl. Now, Whimsicott, 11 points. Rotomo, 16 points. We're saving a lot, and I mean a lot of points, right? I mean, we got to pick up Chandelure, Zoroark. So basically, before this, I was weak to fighting, which Whimsicott resists. My speed wasn't that good, which Whimsicott speed, 116, pretty good. It keeps the defog, which is nice. It keeps the pivot, which is nice with U-turn. It gives me priorities with stuff like Taunt and Encore, which is really nice. I love it because it kind of reminds me of Sableye from, was it last season? I think it was last season, which Sableye was amazing. Not as tanky, but whatever. Has some good options, Moonblast, Hurricane, Psychic, Shadow Ball, stuff like that. Honestly, it's a really neat mon, and it fit into exactly what I needed for the team. I've only used Whimsicott in Standard, and it's like not that good. It was actually very lackluster, but I really wanted to try it in low tier. It seems pretty decent, so yeah. And then our last mon, we got Vigoroth. I wanted a normal type. We had 4 points left. Vigoroth helps out my speed tiers a little bit. I think it was base 85, and then it's base 90, and then the next one up I think is 105 with Zoroark, so it definitely helps out our speed a little bit. Gives us that normal type, and honestly it's pretty tanky with a Violet. Not gonna lie, 80, 55, special defense isn't the best, but that's okay with a Violet. We do have Bulk Up, I didn't mean to click on that, but that's okay. We do have Encore, we have a lot of moves, obviously it's a normal type, and we have Slack Off, which is nice, Taunt. So yeah, that's my team. I'm not gonna go over too much, but that's my new team. Do I have it on the prep doc? I don't think I have it on the prep doc, sadly, but that's okay. All right. So you guys, this team is the team that I'm gonna be using next week. Next week we are versing Schedule. E-Man. Alright, E-Man. What does E-Man have? Let's check real quick. Okay. Arcanine, Breloom, Empoleon, Vikavolt. Okay, alright. This is a pretty scary team. Sand, which, you know, can be interesting. Yeah, I feel like I already know what I'm gonna bring, at least some of these months. But we'll leave that to next week. So yeah, guys, I will see you guys next time. Peace.